Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and update you on my evening walk tonight. So I told you guys I would be doing journaling that coincides with the walks that I take. So after I take a walk, it's just nice to reflect on the walk and be able to write it out. It's also a creative outlet for me. So just to give you guys a quick overview before I dive in, tonight or this evening I did an sunset walk at a local hospital here in town. I chose the hospital because originally, like I said in the first video that I did, I was originally going to this park, and the park, once I arrived at the park, I realized they were closed for the winter. So the nearest campus, if you will, was the hospital that was right directly across the street. And I thought it'd be kind of a neat place to walk just because it's, they keep up with hospitals really nicely. And this is a very new hospital. So everything is new and renovated in terms of like the sidewalk, the landscape, and things like that. So it makes for a really pretty peaceful walk. Not necessarily the ideal walking environment, but it's nice to switch it up. So the first question I asked myself when I was writing was, where did you walk today? So today I revisited the Parkview DuPont for the second time, like I just mentioned a bit ago. And then the next question was, what time of the day did you walk? So I walked in the evening right at sunset. I did that in hopes to be able to see the full moon. Since tonight was a full moon, I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a walk to be able to see that. I don't normally walk in the evenings, but I thought it'd be kind of neat to be able to walk, to see the sunset on one end and then be able to see the full moon on the next end. How long did you walk today? Well, today I only walked for 25 minutes. I realized I didn't really enjoy walking in the evening. I just didn't feel as safe and as, I didn't just feel as safe, I guess. I was kind of having to look over my shoulders one too many times in order to like really be at peace. Normally when I walk, I like to be at optimal peace, and doing that in the evening, at least at this location, just was not it. So I did cut it short today for that reason. So only 25 minutes today. What was the weather like? Well, the weather, it was chilly, sunny, and like a very fresh kind of weather. We had a rainfall yesterday, so sometimes after a rainfall it leaves the air, just kind of feeling fresh for whatever reason. So today really felt like that. It was a nice day to get a walk in. Of course, I was bundled up because it is still chilly, it's still winter. So I had on long johns, a pair of pants, a pair of warm fuzzy socks, and my UGG boots to keep me nice and cozy. What did you enjoy most about today's walk? Well, what I enjoyed most about the walk this evening was being able to walk during sunset. It was a beautiful sunset, blue and orange, and where I was walking, so the campus sits right off of a highway, so the highway gave it a nice view to be able to see the sunset because there wasn't a lot in the way of that. So I was able to really get a really beautiful view of the sunset. I also enjoyed the lights. So since it was dark out while I was walking, they had everything lit up around the campus, and I really love dim lights and night lights and things like that. So it just made it for more of an ambiance kind of a feeling. I also enjoyed the jazz music. So the campus has a garden, which you guys will see because I will post the video of that walk, just like a glimpse, so you guys can kind of get an idea for the vibes. But in like the garden area, they were playing jazz music, which I thought was pretty cool. Nice to add to the walk, right? I heard lots of sounds of the birds tonight. If you are like me and you live in a place where it gets really cold, birds do fly south for the winter. So we don't really get to hear nature sound of birds for the entire winter. And so as the weather is warming up, like today was 40 degrees, for instance, the birds are flocking back. So it is always a joy to be able to hear them. It just adds some comfort, I guess, while walking. I do walk alone most of the time. And then overall, it was just very peaceful, other than the fact that once it started to get dark, I wasn't really at peace, just for my own personal reasons. And then for the last one, I just put final thoughts. My final thoughts were just that it's always nice to be able to get out and do a walk. It really helps me with how I feel both mentally and physically. I did a solo walk today for about 25 minutes at a hospital. I don't know if the hospital will be routine. We will see. I don't really like to always choose where I'm going to go next. It just kind of happens. So we'll see where I end up walking tomorrow. It may be the hospital again earlier in the day. It may be someplace else, because I am kind of wanting to do a campus walk here sometime this week. So I do like to switch it up and, you know, walk in different places and things like that. But I will say for certain, will not be a late evening walk. I love to see the sunset, but we'll have to figure out, you know, a different approach. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. Before I leave, I will just show you what I'm writing on. So if you saw my other video, if you got a chance to check that one out, I did my last entry in the notebook that I was writing in that one, and I completed that notebook. So that was more of a traditional journal looking style notebook. Now I'm just using a notepad. I really do like this notepad actually, because not every day do you find yellow paper, which, I don't know, puts me in a really creative mood when writing on it. It's nothing fancy. It doesn't even have a cover. It's just got cardboard on the back here. And I'm gonna be probably writing in this one until I fill this one up. I have a habit of wanting to complete notebooks and journals before I start a new one, which brings up another point. I should do a video walking you guys through the different journals that I've written in and notebooks that I've written in over the years. I have been writing my whole life, but since 2018 I've been a little bit more intentional about writing in journals and notebooks, and I have been keeping those. So when I finish them, I put them up, and I have a bit of a collection now. So that would be kind of cool to walk you guys through, show you the different notebooks I've written in since 2018, and maybe even dive into what I've written about in the different notebooks, because my writing style has changed as I've grown and evolved and things like that. So I think I will do a video on that as well. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys journal? If so, do you guys journal on notebook styles, or do you have journals of yourself? Do you make your own journals? Let me know. What do you guys do for writing?